An ambiguity or a discrepancy. Have you ever been on the fence related to these two terms in interpretation of a contract? Or have you ever been fiddling with these two words in the contract administration? Yes, you are in the right forum. Welcome to Mindful Contract Administrator. Today, we are going to talk about two widely used terms within the contracts named ambiguity and discrepancy. What does these two terms mean? Let us first understand. Whenever there is a lack of clarity, there is an ambiguity. Whenever there is a lack of similarity, there is a discrepancy. Yes, you heard it right. You just heard the antonyms for the words ambiguity and discrepancy. That is clarity and similarity respectively. Let us take a real life example first. I hope you have already heard of glass mosaic tiles. This particular term stems from the word mosaic, that is, putting things together in order to make an artistic design. Assembling things together in order to make an artistic design is the meaning of the word mosaic. So the glass mosaic tiles comes into play because of this particular word which architects love to adhere to. This particular product is being widely used within swimming pools, water features and the bathrooms as well. As every product, mosaic tiles also has got product differentiation in order to cater the requirements of the different clients. Some clients prefer quality over cost. Some clients prefer economical products over quality, and some prefer sustainability. Therefore, glass mosaic tiles has got a range of products starting from 7 Omani Riyals to 70 Omani Riyals. Now, let us say in a contract, a particular brand named B costs 70 Omani Riyals per square meter, and a particular brand named M is costing 7 Omani Riyals per square meter. Let us say in the specification it mentions brand B or equivalent, and in the drawing it says brand M or equivalent. This word equivalent itself creates a confusion because a mosaic tile has got different parameters to match with. So if you are talking about a brand B, it is not just in terms of cost. It has to match with the texture, it has to match with the shape, color blend, groove type, as well as mosaic sheeting. So you don't know when you talk about equivalent brand which particular parameter or which particular parameters that you are referring to. On the other hand, you are talking about two different brands with a big price variation. It creates another ambiguity. So if you take a particular statement, a particular brand or equivalent, or if you take two statements which refers to two different particular brands, it creates an ambiguity. So an ambiguity is a statement or statements within the documentation of a contract which gives more than one sense. Now let us take another example. Crema marfil marble. It is a very unique natural stone. You cannot have two different crema marfil marble in the world. So let us say the specification says cremamorphine marble 20 millimeter thick. And the drawing says cremamorphine marble 30 millimeter thick. Those are two clear statements, but they are not similar. They are conflicting with each other. So, a discrepancy is where there are two different clear statements. Let me emphasize, two different clear statements which does not match with each other. So, in summary, ambiguity arises whenever there is a lack of clarity. A discrepancy arises whenever there is a lack of similarity. Now, let us see as a contract administrator how you are going to exercise this particular aspect within your contract administration. As you are aware, FIDIC 1999 version in the Red Book, the clause 1.5 refers to priority of the documents. If you peruse this particular document, this is the only subclause where the words ambiguity and discrepancy appear. Out of all 20 clauses and a number of subclauses, nowhere within this particular book you find the word ambiguity or discrepancy. So, why these two words are embedded within that particular clause? Because there are different documents that you are referring to. FIDIC 1999 version says, should there be an ambiguity or a discrepancy, the engineer has to issue either a clarification or an instruction. But if you go into FIDIC 2017 version, there are some changes. There is a specific requirement indicated within the clause 1.5 of 2017 version, which states that either party has to furnish a notice if they observe any ambiguity or a discrepancy. This notice requirement was not there within FIDIC 1999 version. On the other hand, the same observation which has been made within FIDIC 1999 version, wherein the engineer has the right to issue a clarification or an instruction, even though the parties bring it to the notice of the engineer, still exists within FIDIC 2017 version. Again, going back to the notion of priority of the document, both FIDIC 1999 version and 2017 version says the documents are mutually explanatory. However, when there is any sort of a discrepancy or an ambiguity, one document takes priority over the other. There are very important documents which is placed within this order of priority in FIDIC 1999 version as well as the FIDIC 2017 version. One is the specification, the other one is the drawing. Because drawing says what to build and the specification says how to build it. So based on this scenario, specification becomes before the drawings within the documents. Now, in order to summarize, an ambiguity is a situation where you do not have clarity within a statement or within different statements. And when you have more than one sense within those statements, an ambiguity arises. On the other hand, a discrepancy is where you have two clear statements, yet one statement contradicts the other. Now I believe you understood the difference between ambiguity and discrepancy. Thank you.